Welcome to Higher Impact, where we're motivating you toward bigger, greater, and better. I'm your host, Teresa Hairston, and I'm so glad you chose to tune in tonight. During the month of March, we celebrate women who are making and have made history. Nearly 60 years ago, Malcolm X said the most neglected person in America is the Black woman. And all these decades later, we're still waiting for many things to change. On average, Black women earn only 64 cents for every dollar a man earns, and Black women are less likely to find mentors to help them climb up the corporate ladder. And today, women of color are still underrepresented in professions such as law, medicine, academia, and business. So for the remaining days of March 2021, Women's History Month, I want to challenge us all to change the playing field for Black women. Let's do our part to support them. Here are 3 ways to do that. First, when a Black woman is speaking, listen. Read our books, watch our films, and stream our music. Secondly, patronize our businesses. Almost half of all women-owned businesses are led by women of color. Finally, say our names loudly and proudly. Open your mouth and salute and celebrate the women you know who manage households, run businesses, and lead churches. Your words have the power to inspire, inform, and empower. On this episode of Higher Impact, we'll be talking to some dynamic women who are doing great things. Dr. Beverly Jackson is the First Lady of the Impact TV network, the one you're watching right now. She shares her journey of walking alongside her amazing husband to help create America's fastest growing and largest Black-owned faith-based TV network. We'll visit with Gina Waters Miller, the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Entertainment One, one of the largest producers of entertainment in the world. We'll also talk to Terrie Earls, a corporate executive with Church's Chicken. But let's kick it all off with a visit to a young lady who specializes in hair care. When it comes to beautiful hair, everyone wants to look great, but this billion-dollar hair care industry has often taken our money and given us substandard products. Atlanta-based entrepreneur Deshawn Bullard is changing all that with her company, Nuratress. So tell me about hair care and what's going on now. What are the things we need to know?
You know, one of the biggest things that's happening in hair care today is all about hair restoration. So many women have issues with hair thinning, hair shedding, hair breakage, and hair loss. And during the pandemic, these women have been locked in, have pulled their wigs off, have pulled their weave out and saying, hey, I need to do something to get my hair back in shape. So that's like one of the hottest trends that's going now. We heard Ricky Lake come on Good Morning America to talk about how her confidence was, lessened, and how she had a lack of confidence due to losing her hair and wearing hair extensions. And so now a lot of women are coming out of the closet and saying, hey, what must I do to save my hair? I need to save my hair.
So saving hair is the business that you're in, and you've started an entire company that deals with that. Tell me about the company.
So Nuratress was started in 1998 out of my own desire and understanding of how it feels to lose confidence when you have issues with your hair. When I was a young girl, my mom cut my hair off in 2nd grade like a boy. I remember going in the classroom, and this was in the 70s. So during this time, my teacher took me in the coat room, gave me a spanking because I was in private school because I didn't want to take my hat off and have the kids tease me about my hair. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I took my hat off, walked in the classroom, and the kids were very cruel. They started saying, baldy locks, where are your 3 bears? By the time I got to 8th grade, they were writing in my 8th grade journal, God may win and God may err, but when he made Deshawn, he forgot the hair. And so as a young woman, early on in life, and I guess God selected me for that, I knew exactly how it felt to be criticized and ridiculed by not having beautiful hair. So fast forward, here I am years later in the cosmetology industry, graduated from college, working with women who have the same issues. I have empathy, I can understand, and went on a mission and a journey to create a product that will help women regrow, restore, and repair damaged hair.
That is an amazing testimony. And of course, many times out of your misery comes your ministry. And so for how many years have you been involved in this whole company enterprise as well as hair care?
For over 22 years. We started in 1998. My history is when I graduated from Tuskegee University with a degree in computer science, I moved from Chicago to Atlanta to work in the field of information technology. I did that for 7 years, but my passion kept calling. I eventually went back to beauty school, and the plaque behind me, I see, can I show you? That's the back there, that's the Gospel Today feature that you featured me. some years ago, when you got me featured there. Let me try to get my camera back straight.
Okay.
Featured me in Gospel Today magazine, because I've always just had this passion to want to help women. And so for over 22 years, I've created this brand and just have been making sure that, more importantly, that we have the right ingredients. We didn't want a gimmick product. There's so many products on the market that promise X, that promise Y. And I think what I want all of the viewers to understand is that, you get what you pay for. Teresa, you get what you pay for. Pretty much a $3, $7, $5 shampoo is not going to be the type of shampoo that's going to restore and repair damaged hair. It's just not. It's not. You just can't really do it with the ingredients. The ingredients cost too much. That will give you that quote unquote prescription-like regimen for your hair care. And so I'm just on a mission and a journey to create products that would give women a non-gimmick approach, but also help them understand that growing your hair is not magic, it's science. And so we take the scientific approach to do so.
Gospel Today. It was the #1 magazine for the urban Christian.
Hi, I'm Bishop Joseph Von Walker III, presiding bishop of the Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship and pastor of the Mount Zion Church right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Listen, one of the things I've learned in life is that when you are a leader, you understand the importance of being a good reader. And I believe that when content comes from real, authentic Christian authors, we need to take advantage of it. Teresa Hairston has released a book I believe is going to shake up the kingdom. It's going to help you understand how to achieve the things that God has called you to achieve. Get your copy of Unstoppable. Her life represents that, and all that she's been able to accomplish as a businesswoman, as a woman of God. Her example is through the pages of this book will bring life to you. Make sure you get your copy. I promise you, you'll be unstoppable too.
Get the new book that tells this incredible story at bookstoliveby.com.
Your Impact Network has gone mobile. Now we'll be there wherever you are, whenever you need us. Our brand new app allows you to stream our complete lineup of preaching, ministry, and music 24/7. All of your favorite programs in the palm of your hand and just a click away. Impact's app features our content schedule for quick and easy searching and a Bible reading plan so you never miss daily devotions. We also have a brand new video on demand section so you can enjoy what you want exactly when you want, regardless of your circumstance. The Impact Network will provide the ministry programs desired. Our goal is to have a positive impact on you and the lives of others. We also have an easy-to-use support button, allowing you to donate quickly, partnering with us as we preach the gospel around the world. Your Impact Network is now available in the App Store on all mobile platforms. Download it today and tell your friends.
Welcome back. When it comes to eating and church folk, chicken is one of the staples. My next guest, Terrie Earls, is a marketing executive at Church's Chicken. And like many Christians in the workforce, managing to hold on to your faith in a faithless world means standing up for what you believe. As a Christian woman and as a corporate executive for a non-Christian company, and for several of them that you've worked for, how do you manage being a Christian person in a non-Christian environment? Give us some tips.
Wow. Well, here's what I know. I know that I'm a person of faith. I am a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And so I can't separate from that. So wherever I am or whatever I'm doing, I'm bringing Christ with me. So that's number one. Number two, it's really powerful in situations, work situations, to be able to not have an answer, not know, which way is up, but be able to step back, rely on faith, have a little talk with God, say a little prayer, and get an answer. And that's how faith shows up for me in the workplace. I mean, I want to do what's right for all people. But I particularly want to take care of those that I'm in charge of, my franchisees. I want to work with them and make sure that they do what they need to do to be successful. And if I can be a part of that because of the gifts and graces that I have, so be it.
BooksToLiveBy.com helps you publish your passion. If you've got a book in your head or heart, allow BooksToLiveBy.com to help you get it out and into the hands of the masses. Join other writers who have become published authors with Books to Live By. BooksToLiveBy.com offers publishing consultation as well as full ghostwriting services, professional and priced right with ministry in mind. Remember, ministry comes in different formats. Contact us today and allow us to help make your publishing dreams come true. Back. In the gospel music industry, we have many women doing great things in front of the microphone, but my next guest is holding it down on the business side of the music industry. Gina Waters Miller is a senior vice president and general manager at Entertainment One with an artist roster that includes J.J. Hairston, Pastor John P. Key, Todd Delaney, Dietrich Haddon, Jonathan McReynolds, and many more. After 17 plus years in the industry, she has some valuable advice for up-and-coming artists. Young people who want to be a part of the gospel music industry, what are the top things, maybe 3 things that they should do?
Well, I would first say study, because that would also help them understand that last point I just made. I think a lot of people do walk into the industry with the expectation that it's going to feel like church. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's largely misguided. Sure, a lot of what is done in this space specifically, leads people to Christ, first and foremost, gives people hope, it inspires people, gives them encouragement, lifts them. It does all those things, but it also is generating revenue and income. Sure. and profits for yourself as a company or the company that you're in partnership with. So I think studying, number one, the business of it will help you understand some of the misconceptions that I see many people walking into this having. Studying also gives you an opportunity to just know and get an understanding of the artists who are doing it currently. The radio stations, what they currently do, what do they mean? What do these different things mean? The language of the industry is something to study. And then I think you have to study the history of the format. You have to study what's happened in the past, maybe, to not fully understand what the future brings, but to surely understand what's happened to lead us up to now and how you can just appreciate. I honor you and appreciate all the things. The whole idea that we're sitting here now doing a show based on a stack of magazines that I have on the corner of my bookcase over here says that what we want artists to be able to do is the same thing, Dr. Hairston. Create something that's authentic, create something that compels people to stay connected to it, create something that you absolutely have an opportunity that will give you the sustainability. Like some of the greats, like some of the legends, like you as an icon have been able to do. Like that's really what the business, that's what the business is as well. So when you study that, you walk in understanding, I didn't just get here from a year ago. Yeah. We're talking about a business that conceivably you've been doing for 20 years, 25 years, and maybe had been preparing and planning for that for how many years before we saw the baby born. So the same thing is with artists. I hear artists say all the time, they want that number one, they want to be able to play in a venue that holds so many people. And I'm like, there's steps to this. There's a process to this. And all the people who you are really admiring, it took them 15 years to get where you're talking about you want to be on day one. Ambition is good. I love that. I love the zealous idea that you can do something incredible, but we also have to be very realistic with our goals because they just frustrate you when they're not put in the right place. And so I would encourage studying more than anything, be knowledgeable about what the real expectations should be that govern now.
Gospel Today. It was the #1 magazine for the urban Christian.
Gospel Today absolutely interrupted the marketplace to show ministry from a lifestyle perspective, not just who we were in pulpits and on stages, but how it is that we lived with families and found out who we were from our core. Gospel Today emerged quickly to be #1 in its genre because of its unwavering commitment to excellence. Teresa Hairston really took the mantle of John Johnson that says whenever it is that she was going to provide light on Black America and its culture, she would always do it at its highest ground. I don't play sports, but to make the cover of Gospel Today was a Heisman Trophy.
Get the new book that tells this incredible story at bookstoliveby.com.
Studying and preparing for where you're going is essential, and God often prepares us for roles and responsibilities in ways that only become apparent when we reach the season of manifestation. Dr. Beverly Jackson had no idea she'd be married to the owner of America's largest African-American-owned faith-based network, but she is handling it with grace and style. Well, I have the pleasure of bringing to you the First Lady of the Impact TV Network, Dr. Beverly Jackson. Welcome.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for your offer for me to be on your show. And I'm honored, and I'm making a little laugh. You said First Lady of Impact. Not really, I'm just in a partnership with my husband. Just want to help him out as co-founder.
Well, you wear it with grace and dignity. Listen, I want to know the story of what it was like to walk the journey, because, so many women, they look at men like that and they think, what would that be like? Well, you can tell us.
Okay, are you talking about maybe impact or everything?
I'm talking about impact because, I know being a first lady as, the pastor's wife and things, we know that, but this is the only Black-owned faith-based network in the nation.
Yes. Well, God has graciously given us this network, and we thank God for that. And it's a journey. As you said, it's a journey because really nobody believed in us. Nobody helped us. Nobody gave to help the Impact Network. And God just laid it on my husband's heart to open and start the only African-American network. And I thank God for that, because that's a hard journey, because you have people that, as I said, don't believe in you, don't know where it's coming from. And we had to take our savings, $150,000 of the savings, to be able to start the Impact Network. And when you have a trailblazer as my husband, Apostle Wayne T. Jackson, you have to get on board and say, honey, I'm with you. You go for it. If God says it, I'm with you. Let's do it.
It's important that I think we hear that, because of course this is Women's History Month.
Okay.
And so many women that are making and have made history have done it by themselves, but you are in a different kind of seat. What does it take in your personal character? And this is a lesson to women who are married, because so many times we hear that women don't support their husbands and they just want to do it themselves. But what does it really take to be supportive of your husband, even sometimes when he has a vision that you're kind of like, wow, okay.
Yeah, he has a lot of those. He has a lot of those. But of course, I believe in the God in him. And you got to realize, as a woman, I'm not in competition with my husband. The husbands are in competition with the wives are in competition with the husband. You are one spirit. You're one. So when he goes up, you go up. It's just that simple. So it's almost like you're praying for yourself, because you are one spirit. So whatever God has given him, I'm going to push him to the top. The Bible says that your husband is known in the gates of the city. So I have to help him be known in the gates of the city and push him whatever endeavor he wants to do, whatever thing he wants to do. I don't mind helping, because I am the help me. And it's not that I'm down or lower or whatever. We're in this, you remember that song, we're in this thing together. That's how it is. And so people got to stop being competitive, with each other as far as couples, even being in ministry. The husband preached better than the wife preaches better. Forget all of that. It's one spirit. So as I lift him up, I go up with him.
And so when you were kind of in your way back in the years of formation of your life, did you ever envision these days, or what did you have in mind for Dr. Beverly?
Well, actually, I was getting ready to go to U of M when I met my husband. It was between U of M and UCLA. I was going to study to be a pediatrician. So I had no idea that I was going to marry a preacher. First of all, I said I was not going to marry a preacher or pastor. I'm not doing that because I watched my parents go through a lot being a PK. I said, I'm not doing that. And God said, "What you're going to do what I say do." So I felt even that God thought enough of me to help me watch over souls, that I'm going to do what he says. And then later on, I became a doctor in different things as far as holistic medicine, biblical studies, but I was going to be a pediatrician. That was my lot from day one, probably when I could talk. I always used to get my dad used to buy me the human bodies, and I used to put the pieces together, and he would give me the same thing every year for Christmas. And he goes, "Why do you keep getting these same old things?" I said, "Well, I wanted to learn, the human body, and I would glue them together so I couldn't take them apart." So that was what I was going to do at first, but God had another plan.
So you went from healing bodies to healing souls.
Healing souls and minds and spirits and families and you name it.
So what kind of things do you do to work with the ministry, to work with the network? What is your role these days?
Well, ministry, basically, I help my husband, as I said, preach, teach, and we also have our women's ministry is called Girlfriends Ministry. And what we call it Girlfriends because to be honest, I'm an island type girl. I don't like all that formality and all of that kind of stuff. So we're just girlfriends, and we go bowling and things like that, because sometimes I'm not, throwing off on anybody else's ministry, whatever they want to do. But sometimes it's kind of hard for people to live up to the holy woman of God of the sacrament. It's just too much. And I want to draw all people, all women, and of course the women's ministry, but also theater, drama, music. I took all of that in school, and I really, really love writing plays and whatever I could do to help my husband in ministry. And sometimes he throws me out there things I don't know how to do, like being on Impact Network. I did not want to be on the camera. I said, "Oh gosh, I just wanted to be in the background, maybe directing or something like that." But he said, "This is what you have to do." So I'm being obedient.
Well, you sound like a real sister doing real things, and you're doing them big. So that's wonderful. This is Women's History Month, as I said. So why don't you just look out there and speak to women, speak power and inspiration to them, because this is such a season where things are shifting and changing, and women are coming to the forefront as never before.
Well, first of all, I want to say to the women, do you. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't try to change to be someone else. Be who God made you to be, and never be down on yourself. Love who you are, love the body you're in, love the mind you're in. And as my husband also often says, if you don't complain about nothing you can change. If you can change it, change it. Don't sit there and complain that I'm not good enough, I'm not this. No, you be who God made you to be, and don't try to be anybody else, because when you try to fit yourself in other people's shoes and other people's ways, and well, her hair is longer, or hey, go buy some. It doesn't matter. Just be yourself, be powerful, be who God has called you to be.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And it's been such a pleasure sharing with you.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for having me. God bless you. God bless everyone out there.
I want to say a special thank you to Apostle Wayne T. and Dr. Beverly Jackson for their personal and professional support of women. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. As we continue to bring you more higher impact, I want to encourage you to let me know you're watching and invite somebody you know to tune in. Drop me a line on social media at Dr. T. Hairston, or check me out on my website, teresahairston.com. Oh, and be sure to order a copy of my new book, Unstoppable. Thank you in advance for your support. I'll see you right back here, same time, same place, for more higher impact. And as we leave you tonight, be blessed by the sounds of Pastor John P. Key and New Life. Jesus is real.
I was born in Durham, North Carolina, outside the county line. When I look at my own life, I recognize I tried a lot of things. I tried alcohol, and it didn't satisfy me. I tried drugs, and it couldn't do me no good. But I come to let you know, ain't nothing like Jesus. Somebody say, yeah, yes. I know he's real. Come on. Jesus is real. Put your hands together. Come on. Everybody say Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. Yes, he is. Yes, the Lord is. Yeah. The Lord is real to me. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. Listen, sometimes when I'm feeling low, nowhere to go, Jesus comes along and makes me strong. Hey, wow. Jesus is real. Yes, he is. Put your hands together. Come on. Let's say Jesus is real. I know the Lord is. Listen, maybe stables are good too. Jesus is real. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Now he does. Now he does. Yes, he is. Come here, Lord. Say it for me. Sometimes when I'm feeling down, no one around. Jesus is a friend that I know, he's real to me. Yeah, I can feel him in my hand, down at my feet. That's something I'm feeling. I feel it all over me. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Jesus is real. Come on, choir. Here we go. Everybody sing this. Say real, real, real. God, she real. Say, I know he is. I know he is. I know he is. Oh, yes, he is. Listen, I really know he's real, yeah. I really know he's real, yes. Come, say yeah. Yeah. Wow. No. I really do know. I know. He's real.